Looks like my local dealership finally got Gladiator, but this appears to be a sport model that does not have the Maxx Tow Package. You can tell by the lip on the fenders there. I don't know why you wouldn't order the Maxx Tow Package. It's by far the best deal on the order sheet. So I climbed up there to check out the window sticker. This one has a sticker of $48,000, which is more money than I spent on mine, and it doesn't have the hard top, doesn't have the Maxx Tow Package, doesn't have a lot of the stuff that mine has on it. So how did they get to $48,000? Well, it looks like they loaded it up with all those safety features, like I don't even know what it all is, the active safety stuff, the automatic, cruise control and all that kind of thing. So this one is loaded up with safety stuff, but in my opinion, it doesn't have any of the useful stuff that you would use on a truck. So it's kind of odd to see how these dealerships configure these things sometimes. I'm gonna make a bet that this one is gonna be here for a while. I was up under here looking at the number on the coil spring. Looks like this one is a 439 and mine is a 445. So the non-Maxx Tow definitely has a much softer coil spring on the back of it. That's pretty interesting. And of course these have the standard width axle, so you can see how it's a little bit narrower, sticks up under the bodywork a little bit more. And it's got the 373 gear. Looks like they did at least put the normal towing package on it, so you do at least get a receiver hitch instead of that plate where you just mount a ball in the bumper. So that's good, they at least thought to put that on there. But I don't know, not one that I would buy, but it's not too bad. The black is kind of nice, I guess, if you don't live in a dusty area. You see the nice LED tail light, which comes standard with that safety stuff. So that's one way to get at least an LED set of tail lights on a Sport, is to order all that safety group stuff. But anyhow, I just thought I saw it when I was driving by. I thought I'd check it out. This is the first one they've gotten, and I just was curious of how they configured it exactly. So interesting. We'll see how long this one sits here. Be fun to watch. Hey guys, it's a real scorcher out here today. The heat index is well over 100 degrees. So finally we got into some super hot summer weather. It's not storming. So I'm going to shoot a little video here and talk about the things that I don't really think that they spend enough time on with this Jeep. Now, it seemed like everybody was doing 5 things I hate about the JL Wrangler last year. I'm not going to do that because there's not really anything I hate. Okay, well, there is the auto park feature I hate. But there's not really anything I hate about this truck. I just think there's a few things that Jeep could have worked on a little bit more. And it's funny because yesterday I was thinking about this noise that I've been hearing, and I'm going to do a little more poking into it tonight, so to speak. I'm going to have my son ride in the back seat, see if he can pinpoint exactly where this noise is coming from. But I've got this weird noise. It's like a popping, squeaking, rattling. It's kind of a mixture of all those coming from the passenger side rear door. Don't know exactly what it is, but like I said, I'm going to get him to ride back there here in a little while. We're going to go down the road. Maybe he can pinpoint exactly where it's at, and then I can figure out where to start looking. I think it's in the door panel somewhere. I don't know, but we'll see. So anyway, here's a few things that I think, if you're listening Jeep, you could have worked on a little bit more on this truck. So the first thing are these flimsy fender liners, these inner fender liners. I don't know why they did this, but on the JT Gladiator, these are a completely different material than they are on the JL Wrangler. On the Gladiator, look at that, they're very, very thin and flimsy. I've even seen some videos where guys were driving down the road, and I guess the wind caused these to get sucked into the tire, and the tire, of course, ripped them off and tore them all to pieces. That hasn't happened on mine yet, thankfully, but I just don't know why they would make these so cheap and flimsy on the truck when they're so great on the Wrangler. I mean, it's all the same thing up under here, right? Why change this part? I don't know why they would do that. The second thing I wish they would have worked on a little more is the driver's side mirror. I've got my trash can back there, of course, but this is my view from the driver's seat. I've got the camera up here where my eyes are, and I've got the glass moved as far out and as far upward as it will possibly go. And as you can see, half of my view is still the side of the truck. I can't get this mirror adjusted to where I can get a full view of the lane next to me, which is pretty dangerous. You got to pay a lot of attention when you're driving this truck if you're a tall guy, because the mirror sucks. And since this is a pickup truck intended for towing and hauling, I don't know why Jeep couldn't have taken a little more time to make a better mirror for this thing. Even if they turned it, you know, horizontally, it would have been better than this. I realize they're trying to keep it vertical here and keep it tucked in close to the truck, or close to the vehicle on the Wrangler for off-road purposes. And this is kind of an off-road oriented truck, but it's still a truck. Come on, Jeep, you could have made a better mirror than this. I know you guys could have done a better job than that. So maybe one day they'll have a better mirror for the towing package or something at least, but I wish they would have done a better job on that. I don't really like that chrome bezel that they decided to put around the steering wheel. I don't know why they did that either. The JL Wrangler has a really nice, almost like a brushed nickel looking material for the bezel that matches the dash, and it doesn't have all that sun glare and, you know, look to it that doesn't match anything else in the truck. So not really sure what's up with that either. And over here on the passenger side, they left this handle blank. On the Wrangler, it says Wrangler right there, which is kind of a cool little touch. Why would they leave it blank? Why couldn't they stamp this Gladiator? I mean, it would have been a nice little touch to add to the truck, you know, especially since these things cost more money than the Wrangler does. Would it really have been too much to ask? I mean, this looks kind of cheap, you know, being blank like that, especially after I had gotten used to having something printed there, you know. Again, I just don't know why they do some of these things. I'm also not a big fan of these tail lights. I mean, look how far they protrude out from the body of the truck. I've had a lot of people, without me even mentioning it, I've had a lot of people comment on that too. They're like, why did they make the taillights like that? I mean, that's just like begging to get ripped off. I wish they would have integrated that in with the bedside a little bit better. I mean, it's just not really aesthetically pleasing, and it's certainly not practical. So I don't know why they did that either. And you guys know that I'm also not a fan of the seats. The seats are terrible, and I can't believe there's no tilt adjustment on the seat cushion. I mean, for this kind of money, for this price level, you need to be able to have more adjustment to the seat. I mean, it would just make the comfort so much better. It would fit people of different sizes so much better. You know, I mean, it's crazy that there's no tilt adjustment on the seat. That drives me nuts. And then the last thing I'll mention is that whoever designed the programming on these buttons must be dyslexic, because if you're going through the menu, you have to press up to go down, and you have to press down to go up. I mean, it's crazy. And if you put the transmission shifter in manual mode, you have to press up to downshift and down to upshift. It's all backwards, and it's crazy. And some people say, well, that's because that's how they do it in race cars. Well, this is not a race car. This is a truck. It's a consumer, mass-produced pickup truck. They need to make it user-friendly. And by the way, the September issue of Four Wheeler magazine, they agreed with me on that, by the way. So there you go. Apparently it's so hot out here that even the cat wants to go inside. So better take her in before she sabotages the video. You know, something else that kind of irritates me is that they're selling this Maxx Tow Package, right? And it's $1,000 upgrade, which honestly I think is probably one of the best values on the order sheet. But still, it's $1,000 upgrade. It's a Maxx Tow Package. It gives you class-leading gas engine towing capacity, right? And yet you can't get the trailer brake controller. They even had the trailer brake controller pictured on the website, but you can't get it. They're not selling it. So that's kind of frustrating too. How are you going to come to the game come to the table with this awesome tow package and you don't even offer a trailer brake controller? I mean, GM's been doing that on the Colorado for years, you know? So I'm kind of frustrated with that too. They need to get with it. But otherwise, you know, I don't have a lot of things I really dislike about the truck. It's an awesome truck. I love it more every day. I just think there's a few little things there I wish they would have worked on, spent a little bit more time on. The engine, you know, it's a fantastic engine. Reliable, simple, good fuel economy, and good horsepower, but it would be nice to have a little bit more torque. I guess that's where the EcoDiesel comes in, if they ever actually offer the EcoDiesel. They've been promising that thing for JL guides for like 2 or 3 years now, and we still don't see it on the 2020 order guide, so it's hard to say if they're really even going to have an EcoDiesel at this point. But if they do, that'll take care of all the torque problems. But I would like to see a little bit more torque from the gas engine also. Anyhow, you know, it's a great truck, just a few little things there. There's so much that I love about this truck though that outweighs the negatives, and that's why it's probably my favorite vehicle that I've ever had so far out of the dozens that I've had. So it'll probably stick around for a while. But yeah, if you guys have any things that you're not so happy with on your Gladiator, post below. Let us know what you think. I know everybody's different. Everybody has different, you know, likes and dislikes. So let us know what you think, you know. And I appreciate you guys watching the videos. We're gonna have some more cool stuff coming later, working on some more ideas to show you more about this Maxx Tow Package and what this truck can do. So stay tuned. Thanks.